best of luck in the chat. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the red Polish Protoss player. Representing clan SWS, it is Krystianer. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the pink Polish Protoss player. He's got his alliteration on point for the Platinum Heroes. It is ArT. He's pink, he's Polish, he's Protoss, and he's Platinum. He's everything. He's all the P's. Ah, it's beautiful. Okay, Krystianer. Where's the purple? Why are we red? Shaking my head, shaking my head. Here we go. We are setting up. We've been avoiding the PvPs so far in the tournament, but now we will embrace them here in the finals. Shout out to the Tuna, of course. For those that are curious who want to help support the tournament, the Sparkling Tuna Cup, you can do so via Patreon. Exclamation mark Patreon in the chat. And you will get a link to the Patreon page to help fund the tournament, to help fund and boost the prize pool for all future Sparkling Tunas. Not just Sparkling Tuna Cup, but also Sea Duckling Open and Master Swan Open as well. All of our tournaments are funded via Patreon. Likewise, exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat. There is a Matcherino page as well. Patreon is to boost the prize pool of the tournament series. Matcherino is specifically for this weekly. For this tournament, if you want to help to boost the prize pool for Sparkling Tuna Cup number 67, you can do so via the Matcherino page if you wish. Otherwise, we're jumping in. Krystianer going for a fake proxy pylon. Does throw down his second pylon hidden here towards the north. Likewise, so does ArT. So both players being cheeky with their pylon locations. The difference though is that ArT has kept his probe around. Does keep the probe, which means ArT can commit to a proxy Stargate. I'm assuming Stargate, as it is hidden here on the right hand side. A little bit closer by air. What's it going to be? Back at home, double adept opener. Still leading towards Stargate. Probe does confirm the pylon is missing. Ooh. Twilight Council. Okay, I see you. Twilight Council has been placed. Bearing in mind as well that ArT actually threw down a third pylon earlier on. This is inefficient. It means that ArT he had oversupply, but it does make it look like he's not proxying. It does hide the build that much more. So this was inefficient by ArT to throw down the pylon as quickly as he did, but it does mean that, I mean, Krystianer, he doesn't know. He expands. Krystianer, he does expand, and this should be for the Dark Shrine. There it is. Dark Shrine has been placed. ArT, he's rushing into DTs, and the game might just be over. It might just end. If Krystianer does not throw down a robo, if there's no robo for Krystianer, it's over. The game will end. This does happen from time to time. We've seen Max Packs just insta-die to this. We've seen Hero insta-die to this as well. It happens to the best Protoss players in the world. Ooh, but there it is. Robo has been placed. Whew. Okay. So Krystianer is not being too greedy. Again, there are some players that delay the Robo. They go for a Twilight Council. They go for a third base. They go for an extra gateway. It is not uncommon to skip or delay the Robo a little bit longer. Thankfully, he does have it. So the game won't just end. We're gonna have it back and forth. Adepts say threaten a shade, they shade into the main. Don't commit. But I believe ArT may have spotted the robo. Oh, not quite. Blink is on the way. Dark Shrine about to finish up. Adepts say will once again threaten a shade. Do they get eyes on the main army? Mass Stalker Sentry. ArT going for a delayed expansion. Krystianer will have the better economy. Has more efficient mining here at the natural. Robo is on the way. Sorry, Robo's done. Immortal's on the way. It's going to be Immortal first, but for Krystianer, no detection yet. Uh-oh. No detection, no observer. DTs are waddling in. And they're now spotted, they're now scattered. They're slipping into the mineral lines. Probes are going to be going down. No detection. Going for the sentries. The observer does begin. 2 sentries fall. They're going for the 3rd sentry. Nice force field. Looking down that DT at the same time. DT wreaking havoc here at the natural. But the observer pops out. Again, thankfully, there is an observer. Krystianer will survive this, but will bleed out 4 workers and 2 sentries. 4 probes and 2 sentries go down. ArT backs off behind this, finishing up Blink. ArT will have the more mobile army. Meanwhile, Krystianer is going to be building up Immortals. Building up Immortals, taking a 3rd base. Will be expanding, and so is ArT. Ooh, so the game will continue. Because of all the early economic damage, ArT is ahead in workers. He's up in probes. So ArT does have the slightly better economy. The difference being, of course, is that ArT has Mass Blink Stalker and Krystianer does not. He's going to be relying quite heavily here on his immortals. Krystianer will be the defender. He's going to be the more defensive, more passive player here. ArT will have map control. With Blink Stalkers, he can try to threaten the third base. He can threaten a Blink into the main. He can poke around and make use of his more maneuverable army. He does push. ArT does push. Back at home, shield batteries on the way. Krystianer did miss the move out, does spot the expansion. Shield battery, that's a kill, not a cancel. It's a kill on the shield battery. ArT will get away. Does match the blink away. Both players backing up. It was a nice little pickoff. I mean, ArT got a shield battery, but not much else. Not yet. At the same time, Krystianer, he shades into the mineral line. 3 probe kills. Honestly, really necessary damage. Remember, in the early game, ArT was able to get an economic lead by killing more probes. Now, Krystianer, he does bounce back, getting up to 3 immortals. Again, it's ArT that's kind of testing the defenses of Krystianer. So far, Krystianer is holding. Again, he's going to be stuck at home for a little bit longer. As a result, ArT could take a 4th, could take another expansion, or even take up an ArT. He's going to be the first to rush into Disruptors. The Bay is on the way. Disruptor production's on the horizon here for ArT. Very similar to how Geralt plays. If you've been watching the past year, then you'd know that Geralt in PvP is quite fond of rushing into Disruptors in PvP as often as possible. As quickly as possible, even. It's quite risky, but it does give the disrupting player just a big advantage in the mid game. Ooh, 7 probes go down. We're not done. He's not done. 10 probe kills. 11, 12. Calm down, Krystianer. 12 probes for 2 adepts, and on top of that, 4th base. 4th base is on the way. No 4th in sight for ArT, not yet. So Krystianer taking a massive economic lead. And my apologies, I assumed it was going to be Disruptor. It's going to be Colossus. Into Disruptor, I imagine, but Colossus first. Okay, ArT, let's go. Skillus, is that you? He's making 2 Colossus at a time with a 2nd Robo. Now, Colossus, they do have their place in PvP. They do quite well in gateway battles against, like, Stalkers, against Zealots. They do struggle against Disruptors if Krystianer went ahead in that direction. But isn't there yet. As Krystianer, he does come in for the surround, forcing the blink. ArT backs off, and finally, after so long, Krystianer, he breaks out. He breaks out of his contain. He's been defending the entire game, and now it's time for Krystianer to attack. He's got the Warp Prism, he's got Charge, got Mass Immortal Archon. ArT will have 2 Colossus to defend, and a Wall of Stack defense. Disruptor production has begun. But is it enough? I mean, Colossus can do quite well here against Mass Charge Lord. There's a lot of Zealots. Nice SimCity with the cannons. And Krystianer, he does commit, he steps forward. Overcharge gets popped, shield battery goes down instantly. And we're trying to get on top of those Colossus. Nova goes off, doesn't connect. And Disruptor goes down. It looks like Krystianer, he has too much. He breaks the 3rd base. What about the DTs? No detection? No shot, no detection. The DTs hold. ArT, he survives. Yo, if it wasn't for the DTs, it would have been over. It would have been over then and there. Krystianer would have had too much. Archon goes down. Observer is on the way. And ArT holds. ArT, he barely holds on. Krystianer, he doesn't want to back off. He wants to keep going. Observer still on the way. Archon goes down. The Colossus there, you get so much damage done on these Zealots. So much splash damage. Immortals, they're trying to stutter step forward, trying to get on top of those Colossus. More Zealots on the way. Ooh. Archon barely survives. And again, they're going for the Colossus. One Colossus goes down. There's one left. Gets an Immortal. Gets two Immortals even. Two Immortals go down. It's still such a very close fight. But once again, ArT, he barely holds. Forces back the army. One Immortal left. ArT, he's holding on. Gets another Colossus. Krystianer reinforcing. Doesn't want to back up. Blink is almost done. And Krystianer, he confirms there's no expansion. He confirms there is no fourth base. He still has a greater economy here. Krystianer doesn't have to be all in. I mean, kind of. It's one of those things where ArT has better tech, building up Colossus and Disruptors. He's getting up to 4 Colossus. That's crazy. A 4th Colossus on the way. Just mass Colossus in PvP. Let's go. I mean, it's kind of working. We mentioned before that Colossus against specifically a gateway army, Colossus do well. And ArT is holding on. Zealous, they hit the 4th. Trying to drag the army out of position. Krystianer, he does spot this with the Observer. He wants a Colossus. Oh, blinks in. Goes for the dive, gets the Archon. Ooh, the Colossus barely survives. One more volley away from going down. Jeez, that's 3 Colossus. Gets 1. Krystianer does snipe the 1 Colossus. He wants the other 2. Doesn't quite get them. Still in 3 Colossi. Krystianer rotating around. Will deny the expansion. Will deny the 4th. Still heavily reliant here on Mass Zealots. Does threaten the dive, but we have the overcharge. ArT is holding. Buying time, building up more Immortals. At this point, Krystianer has to calm down. Yeah, now we have more gases. More gases being taken. Second Robo's on the way. Krystianer, he now realizes he cannot kill ArT. It's not going to happen. And Krystianer, he has to tech. He has to tech up. There we go. Bay is on the way for his own Disruptors. And now it's about containing. And you can definitely argue that this transition, this realization from Krystianer, it's late. It's a late reaction here. Now getting up to 3 Robos. Zealots into the mineral line. Likewise, Zealots harassing as well across the map. Probes are going down.
They're attacking your probe. Watch your mineral line.
Krystianer, he's a diva enjoyer. God damn it. And Krystianer, he doesn't see the 4th. He does not spot the 4th base. He has.
Are under attack.
God damn it. But he sees that there is no expansion here towards the left, but he doesn't spot the base on the right. He doesn't know. If he did, he would deny this 100%. Ooh, diving in. Doesn't quite get the Colossus. Now he does spot. Now he does confirm. And Krystianer, he has eyes on the main base. On the 4th. Stalker's poking in. He's going for the Nexus. That's a bold pickup. Can he get it? Oh, he barely can. One more volley. What about he barely does? Nexus goes down. Doesn't deny the 4th, but he does kill the 3rd. Alas, ArT, he's holding on. Zealous, they crash in. They get us around here on the first Archon. Nice juggling here by ArT. The Colossus taking a lot of hits. One Colossus goes down. Massive pickup. Colossus falls. Likewise, Stalkers, they escape towards the left-hand side. Krystianer gets away, and GG gets called. Too many losses here for ArT, and Krystianer, he takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Very, very tense game. Krystianer, towards the end, he sniped the 3rd base, and he sniped the Colossus as well. Just too many losses. Krystianer behind it. He had the better economy. He had his 3 Robos up and running, and ArT taps out. He was broken in the end. GG, well played. What a game 1. What a game 1. GG. Oh my god. And that was only game 1. Bearing in mind, this is a best of 5 grand finals. This can still go either way. It was very chaotic. Krystianer so committed. He invested quite heavily into breaking the 3rd base, but he barely did not. ArT able to get away with that. Able to get away with his Mass Colossus. But unfortunately, ArT was unable to expand and take a 4th base. He was unable to really stabilize and get a 4th up and running and build up from there. He was pulled apart. Eventually. And now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Whew. Let us go. Now we're jumping into game 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Site Delta, we have the red Polish Protoss player leading the series 1-0. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the pink Polish Protoss player, the pink Polish Protoss, representing the Platinum Heroes down in the series, but looking to bounce back and make a series out of this. It is ArT. We'll see if he can tie this up. Again, a very explosive game 1. If you recall, he started off with Proxy Dark Shrine, into a fast pay, into double Colossus production of all things, and it was actually working quite well. It was crazy. ArT, he was holding, he was defending, but alas, he was also contained, and he just could not take a 4th base, he could not expand. And when he did, when he tried, he was kind of spread thin. But we'll see how we approach game 2. The diva enjoyers. They strike when you least expect it. You know, I just want to like calmly just check their vision to see what they're doing, to see what they're up to. And then suddenly diva. God damn it. Not like this. ArT's got the I almost said JYP, the Castro Park. He's got the Castro Park announcer. Let's go. I can't remember who. Fun fact, I always use forever since the beginning, since it was first released. I always use the Total Biscuit caster or Total Biscuit announcer. There's only been one other player with a Total Biscuit announcer as well. I think it was Zaun? No, it wasn't Zaun. But there's one other in our history of casting StarCraft for like 6 years. Only one. Crazy. As Krystianer, he does wall in those probes. Very cheeky move. Is well worth it. It's going to cost him the pylon, but just like that, 2 probes are just not doing any mining whatsoever. Not just 2 probes, but also the mineral patch as well. It's not properly being mined from. So very cheeky move here by Krystianer, locking down those workers. Behind this, getting a faster expansion, does have the better economy. As ArT is now finally expanding. Behind this, Krystianer just opening up double sentry, even triple sentry. With this on, Krystianer is going to have plenty of hallucinations, plenty of scouting. Hallucination dives in, and Krystianer, he will get eyes on the tech of choice. He will get eyes on the Twilight Council. So Krystianer, he is aware. He's aware of what's going on. Behind this, Krystianer once again taking a more defensive stance. Once again, it's going to be a robo opener. Very safe play by Krystianer. What does this mean? This means early Immortal production, early Observer production as well. So if it was a DT opener, then Observers will be available. But more importantly, Immortals. So just like the previous game, early on, Krystianer is going to be the defender. He's going to be lacking Blink instead of his opponent, and Krystianer's going to be stuck at home defending on 3 bases until he eventually breaks out with Charge Lot, Immortal Archon. So it is the same setup as Game 1. And just like Game 1, ArT will have Blink over his opponent. So ArT will have a more mobile army. ArT can threaten to dive into the main, can pick off some key units, can try to out-control and out-position Krystianer. We'll see if he can. We'll see if he goes into mass Colossus again. I doubt it, but it's possible. Wasn't the worst idea. ArT going for hallucination, moving out. Does get eyes on the 3rd. Likewise, ArT taking his own hallucination will also confirm as well. So both players are expanding, both players taking their 3rd bases. Krystianer building up more Immortals. ArT even getting a proxy here across the map as well. Throws down the gateway. So we can reinforce, we can harass with adepts, with stalkers. See what ArT can get done. Meanwhile, Krystianer, he is in position. He's ready here at the third. Hallucination does confirm the location of the army. ArT is aware. ArT poking in. Oh! He's going to be zoned away. At the same time as the main army is distracted, ArT, he does slip in with 2 adepts. And they shit into the natural. Probes are going to be going down. Getting 3, getting 4 probe kills at the same time. ArT, he hits the third, and Krystianer, he is being pulled apart. 4 probe kills, shield battery, 2 zealots, even forcing the recall. Oh my god. Getting another sentry. Yeah, ArT just pulling Krystianer apart, gets sentries, gets zealots, gets another immortal as well. Massive pickoffs. ArT will defend, but these are some big losses here for the Red Protoss player. 7 probe kills. And ArT, he just keeps going in. Has just been unrelenting, just keeping Krystianer on the back foot, keeping him pinned back at home. And speaking of back at home, ArT probing up, gateway explosion. Interesting. Okay, this time instead of going into disruptors or into a bay, into Colossus, ArT is going into charge. It's going to be charged lot to Archon instead. A much more standard unit composition for ArT. Not being too fancy with further tech, not this time. So Blink Stalker into Archons and Zealots. A more gateway heavy composition. Krystianer, he's headed in a similar direction. Except of course with less Stalkers. Charge is still on the way. ArT getting ready with the Zealot drop into the main. Is spotted by the probe. Krystianer might be somewhat aware, or he may not have noticed. Oh. And nothing in the main. Main base is exposed. ArT sharking around with those big stalkers. Charge is almost done in 5 seconds. Krystianer, he's moving out. As he moves out, ArT is going to be moving in. And does Krystianer have a defensive... Does he have a recall or defensive warp in? What does he have available? So we're about to enter a base trade. Yeah, we're going full base trade here. Who recalls first? Zealous into the main. Defensive warp in. Krystianer, he hits the third. And ArT, he hits the fourth. Bases are going down. Krystianer from here, does he chase the probes for the 4th base, or does he go for the natural? He's going for the natural instead. He's going for the kill, going for the throat. Zealots in the main are wreaking havoc. ArT, he is slightly faster here in the base trade. He's in the main. And gateways are being depowered. No more reinforcements for Krystianer. Barely any. More Archons, more Zealots. Likewise, gateways are being depowered as well, denying +2. +2 is being denied. Probes getting recalled out. Zealots, they kill the natural, they kill the main. And there are probes that did escape. Krystianer, he recalled his workers to safety. Wait, not quite a recall. They just ran away. My apologies. I heard a recall, so I was looking for it. And if we don't have any workers, ArT, he might just lose from elimination. Probes escape. Okay, probes, they do escape. Buildings are falling. Krystianer, he has money, he throws down the Nexus. He will kill all the buildings in the main. Likewise, so will ArT. Krystianer still with an economy. And ArT, he does have the money for a Nexus. He should be able to throw one down. There we go. Nexus here at the natural. Running dangerously low here on buildings. And it's going to come down to the main army. He's looking at the unit tab. Okay, we have 4 Immortals and 3 Archons for Krystianer. Krystianer does have the greater army. Does have the much larger main army here. In a head-to-head fight, I do favor Krystianer. Can ArT bypass the main army and go for the Nexus? The armies, they do spot each other. Krystianer, he doesn't have enough money for another Nexus, bear that in mind. The Prism! Oh my god. War Prism will escape. Krystianer does not have Blink. Blink for Krystianer. ArT diving in. Ooh, I'm not so sure about this. Yeah, he dives in, doesn't get the Prism. Zelta going down, and Krystianer, he will completely shut down the army. GG, Krystianer takes game number 2. Whew. GG. I mean, it was an awkward base trade. ArT was forced into it. I did like that he was hitting 2 bases at once at the start, but unfortunately his main army was never really able to contest against Krystianer. He didn't have the Immortals, didn't have the Archons, didn't really have what he needed. The best chance for ArT there was to avoid the main fight, to avoid the army, and to try to skirt around and go for the Nexus. Instead, he committed. GG. GG, well played. Krystianer takes a 2-0 lead. Does take a 2-0 lead. And Krystianer, he is a 1 game away from taking the entire series. Meanwhile, the pressure is now on ArT. And again, Krystianer, he's been quite successful with this style, just being more defensive, going Robo first into Immortal Archon, building up this robust army before moving out. ArT did try to take a different approach, but and did end up in a base trade, I guess, but his army just didn't scale as well in a head-to-head fight. Here we go, we're now getting into game number 3. I see in the chat. I returned just in time for the crowning of the Krystianer champion. True, true. I mean, I'm hoping for a back and forth. I said before that I was expecting this to be, you know, a more back and forth series, a game 4, a game 5. But the pressure is now on one of our players here, as spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Crimson Court, we have our red Polish Protoss player, 1 game away from becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the pink Polish Protoss player, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is ArT. Let's go. We are settling in. And we have our PvP. And again, Krystianer, time and time again, he is going for the same build, for the same style. Initially more defensive, building up Immortals and Archons. And ArT has been trying to mix it up, trying to break the defensive play of Krystianer. So far, unsuccessful. I mean, the last game was very chaotic, true. There was definitely a chance to win via the base trade. But Krystianer, he escaped. He had enough money for a Nexus. And he still had the better main army. Meanwhile, ArT, where are we going? ArT, he doesn't mind through a mineral patch towards the left-hand side. Interesting. Oh. You're going for a fake proxy pylon. Very interesting. Now, what's interesting to me, intriguing to me... Wait, what? Second pylon? As I was gonna say, I was curious if ArT was gonna go for the pylon and then, like, reveal his probe and reveal that gold minerals have been mined and then try to, like, mind game his opponents and get into the mind of Krystianer. But he does keep the probe hidden, and I'm curious what the plan is going to be here. Third pylon gets placed for ArT. ArT opening up Stargate, keeping the probe hidden. Krystianer, he scouts. Yeah, he scouts, and he doesn't confirm. Doesn't quite check. Doesn't get eyes on the minerals or on the pylon. And Krystianer's in the dark. He does send out a second probe. He's looking for the proxy. He believes there is one. So nice mind games by ArT. As a result, he forces some inefficient mining here out of Krystianer. A second probe out on the map. And back at home, Krystianer just opening up Sentry, going for the hallucination. We'll scout, we'll confirm what exactly is going on. We'll be able to confirm. expectation. Gets eyes on the would-be probe, the would-be expansion. Doesn't get eyes on much, though. Does miss the tech. Uh-oh. And Krystianer's in the dark. He doesn't know he needs to defend the main base. Oracle is on the way. And Krystianer, he missed the tech. He missed the Stargate. Does have a shield battery. Does have a second shield battery at the natural. Oh. It looks like Krystianer is getting ready for an all-in. Little does he know that it's not. It's anything but. Oracle towards the main base. There's a shield battery protecting the production. Yeah, Krystianer with a massive misread. Yeah, there's a cancel. Doesn't need the shield battery. But does thankfully have two stalkers in position. Does have those two stalkers. Krystianer will defend. Will protect the natural. And from here we can just calm things down. ArT is now expanding. Did invest into a second Oracle, so ArT is looking for some damage. Two Oracles can one-shot probes. But Krystianer is ready for them. Krystianer is in position. Likewise, unable to break through. Third base not being taken. Krystianer, he hasn't made an immortal yet, but a big reason for that is he was forced to warp in more stalkers. Forced to spend more gas. And that has delayed his immortals. As the Oracle does friend the natural, gets in, gets a probe. Gets two, gets almost three. Two probe kills, not bad. Oracle on the right-hand side. Rending another dive. But this time ArT is ready in the main. Stalkers are in position. The Oracle will escape. It takes a lot of hull damage. It takes a lot of hits. Barely slipping away. Does slip away. Oh. Burns the army once again. Blink Stalkers, they do head towards a third. Diving on in. He wants a shield battle. He wants the immortal. But the overcharge gets popped. The immortal survives. Not quite worth it here for ArT. And did commit hard to this, bleeding out one of the oracles. Krystianer does hold. ArT's getting ready for his own Adept harass. Adept towards the left. Main army towards the right. But Krystianer, he does spot the Adepts ahead of time. Krystianer, he does defend with a rare minimum. In the main as well. Takes down the Oracle. Final Oracle falls. And that does free up supply. That means these Stalkers are not necessary in the main. Not anymore. They can move out. Krystianer, he has eyes everywhere. Observer does spot the main army. Krystianer doesn't respond to it. Wait, what? There we go. A little bit late to respond, a little bit late to react. 4 probes go down, and ArT will be able to escape. Does blink away. Well, Krystianer, a little bit asleep at the wheel there. But now taking it forward. Fourth expansion. Behind this, we can see ArT once again embracing a gateway heavy composition, going Blink Stalkers into Charge Archon. Krystianer doing the same. Once again, though, Krystianer, his advantage is going to be the Immortals. We'll have 3 Immortals in his main army. And the game is going to calm down. Both players are backing off, taking their 4th expansions, knocking down rocks. Krystianer is now moving out though. He now breaks free. He can reinforce with Mass Zealot. Oh! And hopefully we're okay. She does push in towards that fourth. Does force a cancel. Oh. There we go. Does deny the expansion. Denies the fourth base. Nice upper base here coming to ArT. ArT supply block. Now is not the time. ArT is supply blocked. Has shield batteries. Does have an overcharge. But is it going to be enough? As Krystianer does spot the concave, he backs off. He wants none of it. Waits for more reinforcements. ArT's going for a counterattack with those stalkers. And Krystianer, he's committing. ArT's coming in from behind. He can snipe that prism. He's coming in for the war prism. Reinforcements are denied. Massive pickoff. But what about the main army? The main army is still terrifying, even without reinforcements. The Immortals A start at step 4. They take down the shield battery. Archons are exposed. ArT, he did get supply blocked earlier. Alas, Delta falling. Archons as well. Boys are being pulled into Archons. Not like this. And Krystianer is stumbling out of control. GG gets called, and Krystianer, he will take the series 3-0, becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. All is right in the world. Krystianer, he's usually our champion, but over the past couple of weeks, he has been absent. Krystianer, he has been MIA. Other players have stepped up, players like Nightmare, Shin, alongside Byun as well. We've had a lot of Korean representation over the past couple of weeks, but not tonight. GG, well played. But yeah, not tonight. A lot of the Korean regulars that we've had are missing here. They weren't quite here. I'm referring to Shin, Byun, Nightmare, and Trap. Those are the 4 that usually do rock up for Sparkling Tuna Cup. In their absence, that is where Krystianer, he rises to the challenge. And I believe Krystianer did not drop a single map in the tournament. What a return to form here. Krystianer, he 2-0'd his first opponent in the round 16, 2-0'd Azura, 2-0'd Iba, and 3-0'd ArT. Very impressive stuff. There's a reason why we say that Krystianer, I will place him as like top 4 Protoss in Europe at the moment. When I look at European Protoss players, I think of MaxPax, I think of Showtime, I think of Skillus, and then I think of Krystianer just behind them as well. I mean, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition for that 4th place, whether it's Geralt, whether it's Hearthstone, whether it's ArT as well. There's a lot of Protoss players in Europe. But Krystianer, he has been looking very strong this past year, and he's back. Welcome back, welcome back. GG, well played. Krystianer does take it in the end. And my condolences to ArT. A lot of these games were quite close. You know, we had a base raid in game 2. Game 1, ArT almost defended with a wild response, going Mass Colossus, which was doing well, if you recall. It was actually doing quite well in game 1 until things very quickly went in favor of Krystianer when he pulled his opponent apart, when numbers were able to overwhelm and spread ArT thin. But regardless, GG, well played. And a shout out to ArT for making it to the finals and for making it into the money as well, as top 2 do get paid out. So congratulations here to both Krystianer and ArT. Shout out to Dave Latos, as Dave Latos did actually win the random raffle earlier as well. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. And if you're in the chat, if you want to help support this tournament, if you want to see more Sparkling Tunas, and if you want to help boost the prize pool, you can do so via Patreon. Also, if you want replay packs, we do give them out to supporters on Patreon and to subscribers on Twitch. So if you're a Twitch subscriber, or if you're a patron, then we do give out replay packs to all of them. We have a lot of replays. We got replays from tournaments like Sparkling Tuna Cup, like Tenacious Turtle Tussle, like Hyper 1 events, Dave Tester events that we have permission to share. We do. Code for Giants Cup as well. There are a couple of events that we don't share replays of. We don't share replays of KSL. KSL have their own replay system with their own Patreon, so we don't want to step on their toes. So we don't share KSL replays. We don't share WTL replays because that's done via a different system. We do share Kung Fu Cup. So Kung Fu Cup, also big players like Cyril, Clem, Rainer. If you're interested in replays, if you are interested in wanting to play like some of these top players, then we got you covered, Pat. We got you covered. with those replays if you're interested, or if you want to cast yourself. You know, you can have the games yourself, you can cast, you can study them, you can do what you will with them. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate the support. Shout out to all the raids that we got today. We had a lot of raids, a lot of people coming in and giving support to the Ducklings. Thank you, Papi, thank you. Do appreciate all the support. Shout out to all the subscribers we got today as well. Big shout out to all subscribers. Thank you, thank you. Quack, Papi, quack. And if you want to tune into the next tournament, to the next cast here on the Cranky Ducklings, then we have you covered in less than 24 hours. In less than 12 hours, actually. Let me just double check. Our next cast is in 10 hours time. We're going to be live with the Tenacious Turtle Tussle. If you're curious, what is the turtle? Why is there a tuna? What's going on? All of our tournaments that we organize, we do have like a mascot. We have a mascot, we have an animal assigned to it. So we have the Sea Duckling open, we have the Master Swan open, we have the Grand Platypus open, we have the Tuna Cup, we have the Turtle Tussle as well. So we have a mascot for all of our tournaments. It's just what we do, Pappy. It's just, we don't want to be boring and dull like everyone else and just have like, I don't know, like a Cranky Duckling open or a Cranky Duckling weekly. Nah. We need an animal. That's just what we do. But if you're interested, our next cast is in 10 hours. It is another open tournament. It is a much larger prize pool because there are specific sponsors for the Tenacious Turtle Tussle. It is a 150 USD prize pool, but very often we do get extra support and it goes up to 300 USD. So it is a much larger prize pool for the Tenacious Turtle Tussle. Because of that, we do get more regular, the Korean signups that I mentioned before, they regularly sign up for that tournament as well. Players like Byun, players like Shin, Trap, Zaun, Nightmare, and of course top Protoss and top European and top American players as well. Because it's in 10 hours, it is a better time zone or time slot for the Americas. Bear that in mind. Is a better time zone for American players, but that doesn't stop some DGen Europeans from signing up as well. So we do get European players that play until like 4, 5, 6 a.m. in the morning. They're animals. They're absolute animals, but they're passionate and they're dedicated. So much love to the European players that actually stay up to play in that tournament as well. Again, in 10 hours, we got you covered. We do have you covered. But with that, thank you for watching. With that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid who is live tonight. I do see that Wardy is covering, I think he's covering the OSC mid-season playoffs. Let's see, is there anyone else? If not, we will just raid Wardy and you can just enjoy some more StarCraft. Showtime is laddering. Oh, he's streaming Terran. Showtime is laddering Terran. Who else do we have? We have Middle VK. I think he's casting. No, I think he's also laddering as well. So just trying to get a read on who is streaming at the moment. Regardless, stick around and give whoever we raid a chance. Give them some love, give them some support. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys in 10 hours time for the Tenacious Turtle Tussle, or we'll see you guys in just under 24 hours tomorrow for the Wardy TV Monday. We're also going to be casting that on the channel as well. So we got you covered with plenty of StarCraft, as always, on the Cranky Ducklings. Otherwise, if you want to help follow us, or if you want to be notified when we go live, !socials in the chat. !socials. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things Cranky Duckling. We do post and upload VODs on a daily basis on our YouTube channel, so plenty of VODs on YouTube, and we also stream on YouTube as well. So we stream on both YouTube and on Twitch, so we are multi-streaming. We are restreaming even. So depending on what platform you prefer, YouTube is also available, or Twitch as well. Both are available. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the rest of the broadcast. Until then, thanks so much for watching. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.